So there we go. It's all got a coat of paint on it. Looking pretty snazzy. It won't take long before you get a lot of cement splashed all over and it won't look so nice. Okay, here's my homemade cement mixer. I'm gonna use it today, I think. Put a handle on it right here. Got a couple casters at this end here, but I want to take those casters off. And I want to put those two wheels on with that little stud axle there. And I got some handles I put on it so that I can manage it. But I also welded some beaters in there. 1/4 inch plate. So that should work good. And if I ever have to change them, I just need to take that tack weld right there and cut that with a mini grinder. And that there, and then just unbolt that. And should be able to like take them out. Put something else in or whatever. I think this should work good though. Should mix good. It's gonna flow underneath the bottom of that and then splash off over top of it. So that should work well. So I can mix up 3/4 of a wheelbarrow in it. It seems to work with about 18 shovelfuls of gravel, 4 shovelfuls of sand, and 5 shovelfuls of Portland cement. So it seems to be working good. And I got that and the trailer's full. So I'm just pouring a 5-foot section, 9 feet long per day. I got that slab there done yesterday and now I moved the form and I'm putting it over here. It's not bad as long as you have everything real close. It's not really that labor intensive. So this is my first pour. And then this is yesterday's pour. And then I got some threaded rods sticking out there. I didn't have any rebar, but I think that'll tie it together pretty good. And then what I did over here is I cut all this out with a saw all the way along on both sides. Put a 2x6 here, and then I put a little chunk of U-channel on the top edge. Kind of like to make a keyway, and it's tilted. It looks like a U kind of hooked on the top of 2x6, but on the side of the 2x6 at the same time, so it's kind of on a slight angle. So I'm going to slant this cement just a bit because that's kind of uphill. And in the springtime, when it rains and all that stuff, it runs down here, goes down through my driveway here and then runs down the hill into my backyard. And everybody upwind of me, I get all their oil leaks and their debris and everything, and it all runs down here. So now I'm going to put this little berm across here, this little bypass, and it's going to have to go up over my driveway before it goes down my hill. So if I can divert some of it and kind of have it on a slant, like on the top of the 2x6, there's about 2 inches there. So, and then it goes down 2 inches lower there. So there's a 2-inch kind of a little ramp to get up in my driveway. And I don't mind that at all. And the cement mixer's working good. It's a little dirty, but it seems to be working okay. I got a load mixing up in there right now, making a nice dry batch so that I can shape it and it'll keep form on an angle. So I might add a little bit of water to that. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay, we'll dump it in the wheelbarrow now. You can see how this dumps. It dumps pretty easy. Just grab it by the handle here and then pull down on it. Kind of stops when you get it at a certain point, but it keeps going again. That's a real dry one. I kind of like that. Okay, then I'll just take a little water here in the bucket. Give it a dump. There we go. Hard to do that one-handed. And we'll take it over there and we'll dump it beside that section there. And then I'll take the wooden paddle and paddle it and then go over it with that spreader there. So there we go, we got an apron. And this is slanted up high enough that at least the water will stay on the road and run past my place instead of running down in my backyard. After it flashes off here, I'll give it a broom finish. So we got another area prepped, 5 feet by 9 feet. Basically, I just shovel all the gravel that was in the way here over onto the back slab. And then that will come in over onto this side here when I do this, and it'll be handy there to do that slab. And then this here, I'll use part of this to do that area right there. And then the other part, I'll do the front part over here. So, and then I'm going to take that wood out of there. I'm going to cut this back a little bit more, 12 inches. And then I'm going to take some of that wire and I'm going to kind of bend it and tuck it down in that cavity. And I'm going to drill some holes in the curb. And then I'm going to put some threaded rod in there and make it so that it's tied in. Once this is pushed in there and both ends of the rod are encompassed in cement across that seam, you know, the deal is whether it faults or not, you know. It's like, but if that rod is just stuck in there and cemented in, where's it gonna go? So anyways, I got a bucket of cement, got another 3 bags of cement, and I bought a bunch of sand and broken bags from Home Depot for half price. So I'm gonna just continue trying to do this driveway in concrete at a really low budget. I'm going to throw one more shovelful of cement in because I just dumped some sand in and I want to kind of tie that all together. And then what I'll do is I'll dump it in the wheelbarrow and then I'll just do a couple pours in the middle of that and then rake it over to the other side. It's not a big deal. So I think that's good. I'm gonna dump it in here now. You can watch me dump it in. And yeah, you got the sand in there anyway. That's good. And then I'm just gonna bring her back and reload and pour another one, and then I'll smooth it out. And then I just dump a bit of water in there. Rinse on the way in. And then I'll put 5 shovelfuls in. Or 18 shovelfuls of gravel and 4 shovelfuls of sand. So I got another pile of gravel right here that's going to go, I think, directly beside where the cement mixer is there. And then this load right here is going to go right there where it is. So once this is dry, I'll shovel this onto this clean surface, and then I'll mix the gravel from this clean surface in the mixer and pour that side. Yeah, so I gotta let this flash off a bit and then go over it again. Keep troweling it till I get it nice and smooth. Well, under that pile there's slab number 3, and now I'm moving this gravel over there and working on slab 4. I took the form off here and I cut the 10 inches out there where I'm gonna stuff the wire down into there so I can tie into the slab that's going to be over top of this stable tarmac. And there's my saw, and it works really good. It's an electric job. It's got a clutch in it. It's a little slow, but it bites right through. Okay, we're all wired up. We got some tie-ins into the curb. Now I'm just going to pour some cement into this big section. So there we go. We finally got the last slab on this side of the driveway done. This was actually, we excavated this out. We rented an excavator, and my son Gage, he ate this out with the excavator because I wanted to make the driveway wider. So I got that section right there poured with the truck. And then from the wheel back here, I poured 4 sections. And this is the last section. So I'm just waiting for this to flash off a bit, and then I'll go in and trowel it 2 or 3 times till I get it smooth. And I had a little extra concrete. When I dug that out, I put it in there in the bottom. There's over there. There's still plenty of like 4 inches of area there that I still have to fill in. So I can stick my wire in there still. I just didn't want to waste the concrete, and it's good and rough enough that it'll tie into that just fine. If I make it nice and wet, it'll sweat right in there and bond because it's new concrete. So yeah, so now I got to start going on that side. I got a pile of gravel here, and then I got a pile of gravel in the trailer here. How much is that? That might do 2 sections of that driveway, 5 feet wide. So this here will probably do that section over there at the end of the driveway. And then I'll probably get back to about here on that side with what's in the trailer. So I'll get that much done this year at least anyways. And this area right here, I want to extend it all the way to the edge of that curb out there. So what I'm going to do is I poured it so it kind of went in, and then I cut it here. So what I'm going to do is take the saw in and cut that off right there nice and straight, and cut the end of that thing off over there too, so it's a nice straight line. And then I'm going to make another curb that's going to be like lower profile. I think I said this earlier in this video, and make it so that it's right on the money, nice and straight. And then I can just backfill it with some topsoil and some grass seed, and then I'll be able to drive right over that area, and it'll be so low that the blade won't hit it on the lawnmower. Looking good. It's starting to get a little drier now, and that's why it's troweling out better. It's too soupy before, and it was like tugging on tugging on the trowel. Looking good. Way better than I would make it. You see what I did? Right there a wee bit. This ain't nice. Like if you get it that flat, you could broom that, and that would be sweet. I broomed the curb too soon, and I had to trowel it and then wait for it to harden up a bit before I could broom it again. Because it was pulling stone. The broom was literally pulling stones up out of it. It was too wet.